And our guest this week is David Schemm, who is the state director for the Kansas Farm Service Agency and part of USDA, of course, if you didn't know that. But David, as we get back to business, if you will, Farm Service Agency is one that continued to stay open through the pandemic, but most offices are taking people in if they want to do a face-to-face, but there are some steps, and the biggest thing is call ahead and get that appointment, just like normal, but make sure that the folks are ready for you.
Absolutely, Ken. So, we've kind of got, and working based upon the administration's guidelines, we've got kind of reopening steps that we're doing with our county offices out there. And as I had mentioned earlier, obviously we've got offices and locations where there have been a lot of cases or cases are increasing. And so we've got kind of a series of, how would I call phases, Ken, that offices are going through. And, as long as we see a declining trend, or if there's been no cases in a county, we keep them in a certain what we call phase for about 2 weeks to make sure that we kind of see a trend going on there. And so by far the majority of our offices across the state are in what we would consider a phase one. And phase one is the doors are still locked. We do have employees in the offices. They're getting stuff done. But we're not allowing producers into those offices yet. But they can drop it off. Generally, we've got like a drop box there or folder that those producers can drop off their application. We do already have 14 counties or offices in what we would consider phase two. And that's when, and I've heard it loud and clear from not just producers but employees, they want that face-to-face interaction, obviously taking steps to make sure we ensure everybody's safety. But under phase two, the doors are still locked, but we are bringing producers in by appointment. And so producers need to call ahead, make that appointment, and then we'll bring them in. Depending upon how things go this week, Ken, we could see hopefully, several more counties go into that phase two. But again, obviously in areas that we start seeing an increasing trend of these COVID cases, it raises concern, and we want to try to continue to protect our, not just our employees, but obviously our customers that are very concerning for us as well. So we've got offices definitely transitioning into that and trying to work through that. And part of that, what they're doing, the offices are using to evaluate that is what we call our local food and ag council, and they consult with other groups, whether it be extension, NRCS, or anything to help make a decision. But part of that key component there that obviously our local managers always do and relies on feedback is our local county committees. Those local county committees are a representation of our producers out there. And, not only are they helping us, determine and help work with policy and getting that programs effectively out there to our producers in the counties, but obviously they play an important role in even just the running of an office out there to help ensure that we've got a very effective and efficient offices out there.
And just quickly, if folks, every year there's the counties have positions either open or up for election to serve on those county committees. What that deadline is coming up here is still a few weeks away to file.
Ken, we still got a couple of weeks before that deadline for county committee elections are coming up here. Ballots, offices are sending out those ballots, sending out those forms there. So definitely, if you have an interest and you want to serve on the board, or committees, I definitely encourage you to get out there and get into those positions. We'd like to see our leaders, our local leaders serving in those county committees. We just can't be the agency that we are now without help from those county committees. It's one of the things that's always been dear in my heart for FSA, is that truly we're a reflection of the grassroots of our producers out there. And those county committees are obviously that critical link that we can't get it done without them.
All right, David, we appreciate the update with everything that's going on. A big task ahead. And of course, our hats off to all those county folks and all the great things that they do. So good luck with you and your wheat harvest, and I'm sure we'll be talking again soon with more updates. Thanks, David.
Thank you, Ken.
David Schemm, who is the Kansas Director for the Farm Service Agency, has joined us. Stay with us. We'll have more in just a moment.